Good morning to one and all. This is my first video in a series of videos I'm planning to create. Now, over a period of time, the video quality and everything should improve. But I wanted to get started because not trying to start anything is not good. Now, coming to the method we will adopt in terms of training, and I had a lot of thought in it. So I said first we will create a video. You can go through the video and then we have a sort of a class followed by this video. So what really happens is we become prepared for the class by watching this video. And this video also acts more as a reinforcement and refresher at a later point of time. So it becomes easy for you to revisit this particular video and get an understanding. That's an idea. Now, what I want to do in this video is, I mean, this is not scripted, so it's going to have a certain kind of free flow. But over time, I think I think about it and made it a little more structured. I became a little restless that we're not doing anything, which is why I said let us start with this particular video and then some of the most important thing when it comes to before we go into stocks trading, what we have to understand about my background is that I've been working for more than 32 years and retired last year, and then I was reworking. And then now I'm sort of trying to invest in stock market in a more active and aggressive way. At the same time, pass on the knowledge which I have gained over a period of time to working members. Why this is very, very important is because we have to understand that most of us are in private sector. So when we are working, we are going to be paid handsome amount of money. And in the process, what we do is only a couple of things. One, we can buy some asset like house, which is very, very important for you to invest. Maybe invest in a little bit of gold. And then the rest is going to be held in cash. Or maybe we put an insurance policy if we plan it, we may do it in pension and so on. But what I have seen is that the majority of the money which we have is going to be held in cash. And the fact is that the cash in its terms of value to some extent depreciates. That's one. Second thing is, then you have enough cash, which will happen over a period of time. You should have a method of being able to invest in a way that it helps. This not only protects you, but also protects the generations, subsequent generations which concern. So that's the whole idea of why you have to build your wealth. Now, stock is market is one of the very good methods of trying to make investment because it helps you to grow the fund which you have invested, which is one of the methods which are there. I have been trying to do this and about stock market from 2002. I've been into it much earlier, but 2002 was when I was becoming very, very active in stock market. In between, and what really happens is because you are working, because so many things happen in your life, you may not be able to do consistently. But now, not only do consistently, but also the amount of disposable money you have in terms of trying to invest into the market might be lower as a rest. But then what happens over a period of time, you build a corpus of money which is there. But when you have built it, you don't have the skill set to decide how you and what investment you will be able to make. So stock market is one of the options which are there. Now please take this entire thing to be a training part, right? And then you have to make your own decision in terms of trying to how you want to portion fund, what's your risk appetite. I'm not going to get into that. So this is purely a training. So when it comes to stock market, many times what we think is stock market is risky. We don't understand stock market, and most of the times when we talk to people, they will always say that they have lost money in the stock market. This is something you will find out of 10 people you will talk to, 8 to 9 people will say they lost money in the stock market. Now this is because what I have seen is most of the times people have not gone into a structured method of learning how to invest into stock market. And so you just go, somebody says, okay, buy this script, you go buy that script, then you try to sell that script, then you lose money, and so on. Now, like any other space, stock market also needs to be learned. So you have to commit yourself to learning this particular area, make an investment in your money, try small amount of money into this space. And once you have acquired certain amount of skill, then try to get it. This is how you put it will work. If you simply try to buy some stocks, sell some stocks, sometimes you're lucky you make money, sometimes you're not lucky you don't make money. Or if the person who is trying to advise you is experienced and tries to give the right kind of advice, then you make money. But it is always said it is a gamble, not because stock market is gambling, but because the people or the source from which you try to make those decisions is gambling, because you don't know or you don't have the skill set to learn how to use this set of inputs for you to be able to make a reasonable judgment. So the whole idea of this particular course is to see if you can build that required skill set in you to be able to make investment in the stock market. That's the basic idea. Okay. Now, if you have built that skill set, then when you have reasonable money with you, then you can go about trying to invest. Or if your risk appetite improves, then you can go about making that particular decision. So let us be very, very clear that the idea is for you to build the skill set. The idea for you is to remove the gamble element which is there in the stock market and make conscious investment into that particular space, which is understood, calculated, and then decided. Build the skill set. I feel that the skill set will take at least 2 years for you to build. So don't make a new investment till that particular point of time. Learn it. But even if you don't have certain amount of investment, then also you will not learn. So what you do, you keep a amount of 5,000, 10,000 max, which is more for you to learn and understand. And try how you can optimize that particular thing. Because today it is not like in the stock market you have to buy hundreds and thousands of stock. Even you can buy one stock and see how it works. But if you don't make basic investment, the problem is going to be that you will not understand the space. So the idea is for you to be able to learn. Now, before I cut this particular video, let me tell you what is the method I'm going to adopt. The method I'm going to adopt is when I create this particular kind of video for each chapter. I would request that each of you go to this video 1 or 2 times during the week, and then at the end of the week, we will have a training session which can run up to 45 minutes to 1 hour max. Okay, so this video is going to be a facilitator for learning, so I recommend that you look at this particular video and grasp it. Second thing which I'm going to do as far as this whole thing goes is that teach you the most fundamental things of the stock market. What is the stock market? What is a demat account? What are the markets which are here in India? What is a stock? What do you mean by a stock? What is a dividend? What is the symbol? What is the bow copy? What is 52 weeks IPO? All these basic things which I'm going to teach. And next, what I'm going to do is I have built a report. I'm trying to build a report for each of the stocks which is there. I'm going to show you that particular report and give you a basics of how you can go about understanding it. Now, then what happens is that report will feed in as an input for you to make decisions on which stock you want to take. That is the whole idea of how we are going to approach this. Because if I have to go about teaching you how you go about selecting stock, that's quite a tedious process, and sometimes it will work, it will not work, and then you would have you may not get the desired outcome. So this is the approach which I am going to take, so that you as an investor will be able to understand and make decisions on whether you want to buy a stock or not. So this is what we are trying to achieve. I am posting this video. Go through this video, and if you have any questions on this particular video, please ask them in the WhatsApp group so that. Thank you and have a good day.